Welcome back to The Great Expanse by JohnBat426 here on YouTube. Let's adjust it so the NFL logo is sort of in the middle. Okay. But I'm so glad you guys have been coming back. I'm glad the channel is growing. We're at 75, folks. 75 subscribers, okay? That's 3/4 of 100. It's math. But anyway, it's very exciting to see how it's sort of a slow burn. We went from 0, naturally, and we're at 75. And people get 75 subscribers, new subscribers, like in a week. Probably some get them in a month. I'm just happy for all you guys, and I am very serious. Okay, I love the expansion of The Great Expanse by JohnBat426, and that's the name of the channel, The Great Expanse. Okay, so I'm so glad you guys have been tuning in. All right. If you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. All. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. One breath jam. Ha! But anyway, we got some Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania news. Okay. It's going to be kind of a double up. All right. Kind of talk about two articles in one because it's about the same thing. It's about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay. Actually, one is sort of a reference to Ant-Man and the Wasp, but let's just get into it. Okay. So let's go to Variety, and the headline says, "Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania writer surprised by terrible reviews." And in quotes, "I was in a low spot and really sad about it." And that's a shame. Okay. I guess I'm just a sucker as I get older. You know, I hate when somebody puts effort, time, and energy and love into something and it's not well received. Because I don't receive it well either. I'm just going to be honest. It's hokey. And I wasn't looking for hokey. It's very average, and I was looking for great. And when I did my review, it was more of a response, because, like, you know, I could barely get my thoughts together because I was just so incensed about how Kang was treated. I really didn't have like all the storylines and all the details in the spoiler review because I was literally fresh out of the theater. And now that I've had a week to think about it, the movie doesn't get better. I mean, I wasn't going to turn over a new leaf, but the movie's still average. But as I said, I was expecting greatness and I got average. So I don't know if it came across as, oh, I hate this movie, it sucked. I don't think it sucked. I just think it's average. And average sucks. But the movie doesn't suck. Does that make sense what I'm saying? It's an average movie and average sucks when you're expecting greatness, but the movie itself does not suck. Be clear? All right. So as I said, the website is Variety. And the author is Zach Sharf. I was thinking about another word, but anyway. Okay, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania screenwriter Jeff Loveness. I automatically think McLovin from Superbad when I heard that name. Was tasked with creating the most ambitious Ant-Man movie yet and introducing the MCU's new Thanos-sized villain, Kang the Conqueror, Jonathan Majors. Let's stop right there. First of all, whoever told him these things really gassed him up. Now, if somebody says, write something that's going to be the most ambitious Ant-Man movie, you can't write ambitious. Because, number one, ambitious has to be the response of the audience. The audience has to say, man, this is really ambitious. You can't just write and go, hey, this is the most ambitious script for Ant-Man. First of all, Ant-Man is, put it in perspective, folks, the most minute MCU hero franchise there is. If you think about the totem pole of importance of MCU, guys, let's go from all time. Iron Man obviously is at the top of the totem, and I'm gonna put Captain America there, and I'm gonna put Nick Fury right underneath Captain America and Iron Man because he's the one that gathered everybody together. Ant-Man is the lowest man on the totem pole that has a franchise. I'm not capping. I'm not hating Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd, and I really like the first Ant-Man movie. But the most ambitious Ant-Man movie, like, that's like, saying, well, this is the most dedicated, hardworking, and visionary of gas station attendants. And another thing, introducing the MCU's new Thanos-sized villain. Again, you're capping. When I did the featurette, I put it on here, when Kevin Feige said, this is the iconic villain. You can't assign iconic status to anybody. The audience's response has to determine if something is iconic. The audience has to respond and say, oh, this guy is just like Thanos, Kang the Conqueror. You can't come out and say, oh, this is the new Thanos. Because now you've set expectations so high that it looks like Jeff Loveness and it looks like the cast could not live up to those expectations because of how great Thanos was. And I hate that this has happened to Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors, his star is on the rise, but I hope his star isn't taking a hit by how poorly received this movie is. I hope this does not affect Creed 3. Like, hey, he played Kang. He was the villain in that one. He's the villain in Creed 3 too. I don't know. I hope this does not have bad repercussions for Jonathan Majors' career. I hope it doesn't. All right, let's get back to the article. The results have been somewhat disastrous. Not only is Quantumania one of the worst reviewed Marvel films in history, is 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, nearly matches the Eternals' record low score of 47%, but the film dropped 69% at the box office in its second weekend, marking the second biggest drop in MCU history. That's 70%. Okay, they're being nice saying 69, 70%. So basically, if it made $100 million, that means it dropped $70 million, and it made $30 million the next week. That's basically what it means. Forget 69. Just round up to 70. It dropped 70%. To be honest, those reviews took me by surprise. Loveness recently told the Daily Beast about the extreme critical bashing Quantumania faced. I was in a pretty low spot. Those were not good reviews, and I was like, what the? I'm sorry for pausing so many times, but who cares about Rotten Tomatoes? Who cares about Metacritic? Industry insiders care and politicians care. The audience don't give a crap. All right. I'm really proud of what I wrote for Jonathan and Michelle Pfeiffer, scientist Janet Pym, Loveness edit. I thought that was good stuff, you know? And so I was just despondent and I was really sad about it. Loveness got in better spirits after he decided to attend a public screening of Quantumania after the negative reviews came out. The screenwriter listened as audience members laughed at many of the jokes he added to the script. I'm like, GD, no, the reviews are wrong. I'm right. MODOK is great. He said of watching the film on opening weekend. I'm pretty happy with it overall, and I think I learned how to take a punch this week. Now that I learned that it's not too bad, I can just get on with making things. Quantumania marks Loveness's Marvel Cinematic Universe debut. He got his start in Hollywood as a writer on Jimmy Kimmel Live before he jumped to Adult Swim's Rick and Morty and won an Emmy for the show's fourth season episode, The Vat of Acid episode. Loveness told Variety that his goal with the Quantumania script was to make a type of adventure movie that I loved growing up. Now, when I was watching it, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids like flashed past my mind from some of the images. All right. With Paul Rudd, we had the opportunity to do this throwback 90s dad protagonist the way Robin Williams in Hook or Jumanji feels, Loveness said. You have this playful superhero that most people think is pretty low stakes. I said he was the lowest hero on the totem pole of the MCU as far as franchises go, because he has 3 movies. And the pitch we had was, what if he's accidentally in an Avengers movie basically by himself, completely out of his depth? That felt like a really fun challenge to tackle. Loveness is sticking with Marvel and is currently developing the script for Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. So we are going to veer from this right to Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. Okay? And this is what I mean by is Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is sort of a reference for the second article. Okay? Oh, Lord Jesus. And before and here's the headline. The site is MovieWeb. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty writer, Jeff Loveness, who we just talked about, teases a high death toll in the upcoming film. Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Seriously. A high death toll. That's stupid. And who's going to die? You ain't got no good Avengers on the team. And I'm looking at 2 different articles, the headlines, but hopefully they'll all be summated in one article, so I don't have to like jump to 2 different articles. He said MODOK is great. Jeff Loveness said MODOK is great.
Sure.
Jeff, MODOK was horrible. MODOK was atrocious. Maybe you don't read comic books, or maybe you don't know anything about Marvel Comics, but MODOK is a heavyweight villain all by himself. And in this one, he was basically LeFou from Beauty and the Beast. Now, if you saw the animated version of Beauty and the Beast, LeFou was the sidekick to Gaston the Hunter. He's the one, oh, what a guy, Gaston! He was a kiss butt, a bootlicker, a brown noser, all that. That's who MODOK was. That's what you made out of MODOK. So Jeff, no, MODOK was not great. MODOK sucked! So this is, let's go directly to the second article, as I said. The website, again, is MovieWeb. The author is Jerry McKenzie, okay? Avengers, the Kang Dynasty writer Jeff Loveness teases that Kang will bring the heat and please bloodthirsty fans in the upcoming film. Bloodthirsty fans? I don't know about that. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been building up to the arrival of Kang the Conqueror for some time now, and his appearance in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania did not disappoint. Yes, it did. The character, portrayed by Jonathan Majors, was praised for his intimidating presence, pushing Scott Lang Ant-Man to his limits within the quantum realm. Kang the Conqueror pushed Ant-Man to his limits. Ladies and gentlemen, freaking pop up. Sorry about that. The Avengers barely squeaked past defeating characters like Kang the Conqueror. So for Ant-Man to go one-on-one with Kang the Conqueror, and Kang pushed Ant-Man to his limits, barf! Garbage, throw up, vomit, trash. Usually, the Avengers have like an ace in the hole to defeat Kang, single-handed. In other words, I'm talking about the great Avengers. Thor, not movie, Chris Hemsworth Thor, in the comics and in the cartoons. Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, Iron Man, Black Panther, Hawkeye, and the Wasp, and usually Ant-Man, Hank Pym, usually need help from Kang's future self, Immortus. Usually Immortus is giving the Avengers help against Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror and Immortus are the same character, the same person. Immortus is the, what's the word? Oh, Lord, I can't think of the word. But he's the repentant Kang the Conqueror. So after he's Kang the Conqueror, he repents of being Kang and he's Immortus. He's usually going back in time trying to undo what Kang does. So for Ant-Man to defeat Kang single-handedly is garbage, Jeff. Let's get back to the article. However, Kang's stranglehold on the heroes will only strengthen in the upcoming film Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which I have no enthusiasm for. I'm going to see it, of course, but I have no enthusiasm for it. According to writer Jeff Loveness in an interview with comicbook.com, the film promises to be one of the MCU's most tragic yet, with a colossal death toll expected. Boo! We already saw that in Infinity War. We don't need to see more. Okay. And out of Infinity War and Endgame, unfortunately, we lose Iron Man. Die. He died. Heimdall died. Loki died. Gamora died. And Black Widow died. They died. Now, obviously, because of the chicanery and going back in time in Endgame, Loki, a variant of Loki, is now running around. But those guys really died. We don't need to see more of them die. Why would this be something we look forward to? Oh, more of them are going to die. The Avengers roster is already depleted, Jeff. Go back to the article. Okay. However, fans hoping for more casualties after the events of Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame may find themselves more satisfied with this film. Loveness suggests that Kang will bring the heat in this upcoming Avengers installment, further underscoring the villain's terrifying capabilities. He was so terrifying in Ant-Man and the Wasp that Ant-Man and the Wasp and older Ant-Man and the older Wasp and Cassie and a bunch of super intelligent ants and the warrior princess and these weirdos from the quantum realm defeated Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is expected to delve deeper into the complexities of time travel, a recurring theme in the MCU. With Kang's mastery of time and space, the film will surely challenge the Avengers in ways they have never experienced before. It will also be interesting to see how Kang's character develops throughout the film, especially given that he is set to become a recurring villain in the MCU. Oh, so that's why he died. That's why he was defeated by Ant-Man. Because, hey, he's going to come back anyway. Stupid. Kang the Conqueror's appearance in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was just the beginning of what promises to be an epic battle between him and the Avengers. Can you imagine if Thanos lost the first time out? Can you imagine that? Alright, and that's all we're going to read, because there's a related article, but no, we're not going there. And one of the headlines that I said kind of caught my attention was, he said that Namor, Jeff Loveness said that Namor from Wakanda Forever was going to be on the Avengers team. Okay, that's definitely an addition, because Namor, because he has no love for the surface. Stupid. But Namor is a powerful ally. Okay? So he can definitely help the Avengers out. But that's one of the things that annoyed me so much about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. The fact that the plot devices used to nerf Kang were so convenient. Now, he could still why is he still able... stop. If the laws of time and space don't apply to the quantum realm, why did he have selective space powers? And I don't mean space, outer space, but like movement of objects. Like, remember when Ant-Man had the orb in his hand and Kang just said, like Darth Vader with the Force, give me that. You know what I mean? Why would he selectively have space powers if the rules of space don't apply? And let me nitpick again. And again, I'm admitting that I'm nitpicking. How can Ant-Man and Cassie and the Wasp still shrink when they're already subatomic? The smallest that you can go, subatomic. The entire universe is smaller than anything you could see. The entire universe, because it's a subatomic universe, which is cool. How can you shrink smaller when you're already subatomic? Shouldn't that be the smallest you can get, subatomic? And again, that's just a nitpick, all right? But it's like, that really didn't feel like Kang, because he doesn't even know who Ant-Man is. How do you know that? The Great Expanse by John 426. I'm so glad you asked. I'll tell you why. He said, "Are you the one with the hammer?" So basically, Kang don't know. Kang has selective time travel intelligence. He said, "Are you the one with the hammer?" Did you see a freaking hammer in his hand? That's more that dumb MCU stuff, okay? And let's go back to what I said in my spoiler review. It was retarded to me that he was trapped in the quantum realm for 30 years, our time, okay? And I don't know how much time, or I don't know how much relative time passed to him. But first of all, he didn't arrive there with those troops. Remember, Michelle Pfeiffer's Janet Van Dyne character saw his ship like come in like a meteor and like crash. She found only him come out of the ship. So where did these troops come from? Maybe they were conscripted in the quantum realm. So he didn't arrive in the quantum realm with these troops. So why would he take them out if he was already a conqueror that conquered so many different multiverses? Why would he need them when he's already got vast armies all over the multiverse? I'm going to take my dynasty with me. Dumb. You know why? He could have left by himself, gathered his army from any amount of multiverses, and came back and conquered our reality. Because remember, when female Loki killed He Who Remains was the one that was like sort of like the warden making sure that the multiverses were kind of like held together. But when she killed him, there was nobody to oversee. And she and Loki decided not to oversee. So now all these Kang variants are infecting different multiverses. Okay? So this Kang the Conqueror could have left in his little orb without anybody knowing, gathered his army, and just conquered our reality. And been really Kang. In other words, having foreknowledge, like a time traveler should have. Leaving those clowns in the quantum realm. Can you imagine if Julius Caesar, a real-life conqueror, conquered, like, let's just say Macedonia, and took all his troops out to go conquer somewhere else? Macedonia would be free, right? No, that's not what conquerors do. They leave a garrison here. They leave a garrison there. They pull from the soldiers there. You become a part of their army. And you're there to govern Kang's affairs or Julius Caesar's affairs. Why would he take all his troops out? They could still govern the quantum realm. Why would he take them with him? This has been a great example. Let me just end it right here. But Jeff Loveness, I feel your pain, okay? But as a nuanced audience member, okay? Remember, I'm not general audience. I'm a comic book guy. MODOK was horrible. This script was for a general audience, and that offended me. Because he made MODOK an idiot. He made him a clown. He made him LeFou, okay? Kang started out menacing, but then he conveniently did dumb stuff. Like not leaving as soon as he got the orb and put in the ship. When the ant sort of crashed into the complex and, you know, he kind of like fell on the ground and the light went out in the core and he never bothered to like go tink, tink to try to get the light back on. Because remember, it's governed by his mind, his neural technology. I'm surprised he didn't just go and use his mind to get it reactivated, even though Michelle Pfeiffer's Janet Van Dyne got it back on. Come on, Jeff. That stunk. It stunk. Especially if Kang is supposed to be a genius. He's supposed to be brilliant from the 31st century. Come on, man. But, Jeff, you better do way better with Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty, okay? Please do better, Jeff. Okay? This has been The Great Expanse by John Bear 426. We kind of had a double up with 2 different articles. Let me know what you guys thought of those articles. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you have a vehement response to my takes on these articles, if you thought the script to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was fantastic, write a dissertation in the comments if you need to. Hey, David Brent, please let them know where their comments go. And do your part. I'll do my part. To make sure The Great Expanse by John Bear 426 lives up to its name and expands. It's in the name. Thanks.